For Penn State Greater Allegheny Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coach Chat. Once again, joined by head men's basketball coach here at Penn State Greater Allegheny, Tyler Kerr. And Tyler, two more wins for you over the weekend against Penn State Schuylkill and Penn State Hazleton. You guys are off to a 3-0 start in conference play. What did you see from your guys over the weekend that you liked or that you disliked?
We battled. I think that was the biggest thing. We really fought hard. We played tough. We made adjustments. Those two teams are very, very tough teams, very tough kids. They game planned for us. They had some different defenses ready for us. And, I was proud of the way the guys adjusted. I thought Friday night we didn't come out with a great sense of urgency, but we made the adjustment at halftime, and we really did the things we needed to do to win. And then same thing on Saturday. I thought we came out ready to play. We played hard. I thought we executed the game plan well, and those are two really, really tough wins that I was happy to get.
And in those two games, both of them you were down going into halftime. What's your message to the team in the locker room when you guys are down and you have to fight back?
Majority of it is just we got to start better. We got to play better in the first half defensively. We can't wait till we're down to start playing and keep digging ourselves in a hole. We've been lucky so far. We've been able to dig out of every hole we've gotten in, but we got to do a better job of starting and not putting ourselves in that position defensively. Offense on the road, your jump shot doesn't always travel, but you can always rely on your defense, and that's what we got to do a better job of. And the message at halftime of those games is the same. We got to turn up the defensive intensity, keep being patient on offense, and, play our game, don't play theirs.
And early on in the season, you guys have been getting it done no matter what the situation. You've had some high-scoring games. You've had some very close games. How does that help you personally when you're going to strategize, knowing that your team can play both those types of games?
It helps. More importantly, it helps for their psyche. In timeouts and different situations, we never panic. That's a big thing. If you have a young team or an inexperienced team, sometimes when you're in a certain situation that you haven't been in before, that panic sets in. The can we do this? What if we lose? This kind of thing. But for the most part, we have a pretty vet team. There's not many situations we haven't been in, and our level of calmness has been good. We in timeouts and things when we're down or when we're not playing well, there hasn't been any bickering or team divide. It's been very together. All right, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it together. We're going to stay together no matter what, and that's been good to see.
And the USCAA power rankings came out yesterday. You guys moved to the number 5 team in the country. As the coach, what does that mean for you, getting ranked in the top 10 as just one of 2 PSUAC teams in that top 10 ranking?
It's nice to get the recognition for the kids in the school and to be recognized on a national level. But as Nick Saban would say, I think it's rat poison for the kids. I'm not a big fan of the rankings and the kids being so caught up in where we're ranked or, are we a top team in the country, especially this early in the season, because I think it's really easy to get complacent and be satisfied with a number 5 ranking and, trying to stay on these guys about not being satisfied, not being complacent. Don't be happy with being number 5. Don't really worry about where they're ranking us. Just keep going and getting wins and control what we can control. And that's kind of been the message to the guys. And it's nice. Obviously it's been a lot of hard work to get to this point to be able to be ranked like that. But really those rankings don't really matter till the end of the year when you're getting ready to play in the national tournament. So, trying to get the guys to stay focused. Don't worry about the rankings. We haven't accomplished anything this year yet. Staying focused. Tomorrow we got to go 1-0. And that's our mindset. One game at a time, just keep winning and keep controlling our own destiny.
And one of the guys who's really stepped up over these last 2 games is Jeremy McMunn. He's moved to the bench, and he's really thrived, 16 and 10 points respectively in his last 2 contests. What's really sparked for him, or what's made him tick the way he has?
Probably the move to the bench. That's probably the biggest thing that sparked him. No player likes to go from being a starter to the bench, and that's not to say he won't be back in the lineup at some point. But we kind of base our starting lineup off of how we're doing defensively, who's giving us the most energy and effort, who's moving the ball well, who's executing the game plan the best for us. And early on, Jeremy struggled a little bit, not just shooting the ball, but defensively. And so the move was a little bit more to challenge him. I know he's capable of being a better defender. I know he's one of the best shooters in the league, if not the nation. But he needed to step up a little bit, and again, not be complacent or satisfied with his effort. And it's working. I mean, he's done more. You know, today after practice, he got extra shots up. He's been working hard. He's been a good teammate. He hasn't been, you know, a malcontent, which is good. And he's trying to work his way back into that lineup, into that role. And if he continues to shoot it well and play defense, he'll be a big part of what we do. I mean, we need him. We need his offense. We need his shooting ability. You know, and we need him as a senior leader. So it's been good. He's handled it great, and we're just going to keep taking it one game at a time.
And now looking ahead here, your first half finale against Penn State DuBois tomorrow. How important is it to get this win before you go into this long holiday break?
It's huge. I mean, it's immensely huge in that we were in the same exact position last year, same 4 teams to start. We went 3-0, and then we let one slip at DuBois in overtime because it's one of the toughest places to play in the league. They're very well coached by Coach Howard. Does a great job with those guys. They play really hard. So it's just a tough game, and it's one of those games where you can't look ahead to Christmas break. You have to take care of what's in front of you first, and we got to be locked in and ready to go because, again, it's our 4th straight road conference game, which are insanely hard to win regardless of the atmosphere. So it's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great test for us. We'll see if our veteran leaders can, you know, make sure we're ready to go and push us over the hump. You know, but we just got to be ready to go and execute the game plan.
And finally, looking at Penn State DuBois on film, what are your keys to victory for your guys to try and get the job done?
We got to contain number 1. He's a senior. He's a heck of a player for them. He's been a great player for the past couple years. He can really shoot the ball. They're relatively young, but they're hungry, and they move the ball really well. They execute on defense. And again, the atmosphere is really tough to play up there. So we got to be 100% locked in and just control what we can control and do what we do and do it very well.
Thanks, Tyler. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
For Penn State Greater Allegheny Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.